Court is now in session.
Welcome to Opening Arguments, where the primary objective is to get laughed out of the courtroom. We have 16 lawyers all competing to be called the cleverest counselor. This show is shot in the undisputed entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas. And now let's welcome your host, Miles Weber.
Very much random voice in the sky. My name is Miles Weber, and thank you for joining us on Opening Arguments. Just to give you a little rundown on how the show is going to go today, we've got a couple of attorneys over here who are going to get 2 minutes to argue their case. They have to persuade 2 out of our 3 jurors to side with their argument. So, the winner will get probably a cookie and a pat on the back, to be honest. That's probably about it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and meet our jurors. Over here, we have 3 fantastic comedians who love jury duty, and that's why they're here. Let's start off with Blake Grantham. Blake, how you doing, man?
Good, glad to be here.
Right on, man. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself.
I do stand-up comedy on occasion,
Okay.
but every week I write Blake's Advice column on Unconfirmed Breaking News, a very satirical, popular website. Go there. I also write this weekend edition, Life Through Blake's Eyes. So go to Unconfirmed Breaking News. If you need a good laugh every day, go there.
Okay, that's where the good laughs are. For any of you playing the home game, check out Blake online. All right, Kathleen Dunbar is our next comedian. Kathleen, good to see you. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking.
Never heard of you.
Woo! Coming in hot. Get him, Kathleen. Tell us about you.
My name's Kathleen Dunbar. I live in Las Vegas here, headline comic, all the comedy clubs up and down the strip. You can check out my website, funnydunbar.com, funnydunbar.com. You can catch me on social media links through that. And I have a dry bar special coming out at the end of March in 2021. So look forward to you watching that and making me some money.
Very cool. Right on. Make sure you guys support Kathleen out there. And for those of you who don't know, websites are something your parents used to use to look up stuff online when they wanted to know what was going on in the outside world. Anyways, our last but certainly not least juror, give it up for Derek Richards, everybody. Derek, how you doing, man?
Miles, how are you?
Doing good, man. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you. Tell everybody about yourself.
I'm a comedian based out of Las Vegas here now, from Detroit, Michigan, and travel all over the place doing this. And it's fun being on in a court-based setting when I'm not being labeled the defendant. So I'm excited to really have this thing move forward. I watch a lot of Law & Order, Forensic Files, so I think I've really found the shortcut way to a law degree. I'm excited to get this thing cranked up.
Perfect, perfect. You're watching enough SVU, they'll let you skip the bar exam altogether right here. So right on. Good to have you guys with us. And now let's go ahead, let's kick things over to our attorneys over here who are going to be arguing our first case. We have Lisa Patterson. Lisa, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you very kindly. So lovely to have you here. Have you ever argued a ridiculous case before?
I do it all the time.
Okay, perfect. So this is old hat. All right, perfect.
Hat.
All right, well, thank you for joining us. We also have Gary Burnett. Gary, how you doing today?
Good, Miles. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Anytime, man. Anytime. Okay, so I think we've had enough with the introductions and what have you. Let's play the game, shall we? All right. You're each going to have 2 minutes to argue your case.
The case you'll be arguing today is, when Wile E. Coyote was consistently injured while using Acme products, who was at fault? Was it him using them improperly, or were the products defective?
We'll start with Lisa Patterson. You have 2 minutes, and the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you for that, Miles.
You're welcome.
I want to start by saying that clearly Acme products are completely junk. I can prove this because they're secretly owned by Radio Shack. We all know about Radio Shack. This is a clear case of corporate greed, and I'm here to prove that today. This company has been fined millions of dollars for repackaging broken products and reselling broken products. They were returned and then resold over and over again. And this re-gifting has caused my client, Wile E. Coyote, to break every bone in his body twice. One man has even cut off his hand because of their bogus product. He successfully sued this company in 1964 in the case of Acme versus Captain Hook.
I remember that.
I know some people have even used their products. Some of you out there have probably used their products. What I'm going to talk about today is Acme toothpaste. It's caused people's teeth to fall out. Acme shampoo has caused people's hair to fall out. I've even purchased for my husband Acme shoes, and he walked out of my life. Actually, I bought that product, and I'm grateful that I bought that product. Another thing is I want to talk about
10
what's
seconds.
the speed limit here in the desert. I've heard this beeping bird, it was even clocked at going like 300 miles an hour here in this desert. Why haven't the cops given him a ticket? Are they concerned of being accused of road runner profiling?
Oh, road runner profiling is absolutely a thing.
So I just want to make sure that you guys understand I'm stating the facts about
All right,
Acme.
perfect. Well, thank you very much, Lisa. We appreciate your argument. Gary, you got 2 minutes to rebuttal. Floor is yours.
Good members of the jury, we are going to examine the acts and behavior of Wile E. Coyote, and we're going to hold him to the standard of a reasonable coyote. Is he a reasonable coyote? Well, let's take a look at 2 examples. Acme makes a superb crane and ball. Here we see Wile E. Coyote operating this crane and ball. Look at that expression. We've all seen coyotes operate cranes before, haven't we? Have you ever seen one that looks more incompetent than this one? And does he have a hard hat on? No, he does not have a hard hat on. He knows that he should have a hard hat on, and he doesn't. Now, when you've seen a coyote operate a crane, have you ever seen the ball lifted up and over the structure of the crane so as to create this sort of damage? Absolutely not. You have not. Now, Acme makes a superb invisible rope. Who doesn't have a little invisible rope in their garage? Have you ever taken your invisible rope, tied it around a saguaro cactus, strung it across a road, only to have, you know what's going to happen, an 18-wheel semi-tractor trailer is going to come barreling down that road, and what's going to happen? That tractor trailer is going to be catapulted into the air, it's going to flip over, and it's going to land on the bad actor. Who's the bad actor? Wile E. Coyote. He has unclean paws. Do not find for him.
Oh, goodness gracious. Gary, very hard fought case. Man, guys, I'm going to bring it over to the jury now. You'll each have a minute to deliberate and tell us what you thought about the case. Blake, what'd you hear? What do you think, man?
Him, first of all, how do you get a license to do some heavy construction work in the first place?
Good question.
I mean, it's not like, unless he got, I don't know, got paid off in New York. They do a lot of bogus contracts in New York, right? Oh, you don't know. So I think that's a very valid point. But on the other hand, if Acme has any affiliation with Radio Shack, that's like Jack in the Box being related to Purina dog food, and they are. They literally are. So,
Is that what's in their tacos?
that's what.
I had no idea.
So it's. Let me see. I would say I'm going to have to. In this case, I'm going to have to vote for the. I got to go with Gary on this one.
Okay, that's one for Gary. Kathleen, you heard the case we heard. What do you think?
You gotta be crazy. Are you crazy?
Yes.
Did you hear what she said? Every bone in that coyote's body has been broken?
Two times.
Twice. It doesn't have anything to do with medical coverage. We've all seen that anvil. It's never secure. They don't ever put anything, oh, be careful with this anvil. There's got to be warnings, like that cup of hot coffee. You have to have warnings for this kind of a thing.
So what do you think,
Now,
Kathleen?
let's get this. Every bone in that coyote's body is broken. How he signed the lawsuit, I don't know. He did it, so we have to hear this today. I'm telling you, this is not right. Acme's got a lot of fake stuff. It's a lot of terrible stuff.
So you're
I'm
siding
gonna
with
go
Lisa? All right, we're going with Lisa. All right, Derek, what do you think, man?
I don't know. I think we're blaming Acme, and there's a lot of other components that are involved with Acme. I mean, there's, we've seen the rocket ships explode on the Coyote. We've seen the pianos fall, and there's ropes holding up the piano. Were the ropes obtained from Acme? Were the igniters for the rockets obtained from Acme? So I don't know why we're just holding Acme responsible for all this stuff. I mean, yeah, they put this stuff together. Now, they deliver it to them quickly.
Yeah.
Now, there's, no fault in delivering crappy stuff fast. We've all ordered stuff on Home Shopping Network.
True.
Come on.
True. So what do you think? Who you siding with?
I got to go with Gary on this one. I do.
Okay, that's 2-1. Gary, you're victorious today. Congratulations. Give it up for Gary, everybody. Lisa, hard fought. You're not going home empty-handed. We're going to send you home with some of Acme's finest product and maybe some of that invisible rope, too. You guys watching, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more opening arguments right after this.
Welcome back to Opening Arguments, videotaped live in the undisputed entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas. Now let's welcome back your host, Miles Weber.
And we're back. Thank you so much for coming back with more Opening Arguments, one of the only shows on TV where you actually root for the attorneys. So, that being said, we got two new attorneys to argue a brand new case here. Let's go ahead and meet them. We have Mr. Bob Jean. Bob, how you doing, man?
It's great, Miles. How about you?
I'm doing good. Thank you. You ready to argue something absurd?
I'm always ready to argue.
Let's do this thing. Okay, and your opponent will be Ty Kehoe. Ty, how you doing, man?
Doing well. How are you, Miles?
I'm doing very well. Are you guys ready to hear what your case is?
We are.
It's really dumb, just so you know. So lower your expectations, because here it comes. We're coming in hot. So, when the three little pigs killed the big bad wolf, was it self-defense or premeditated murder? All right, first up, we have Bob Jean. You have 2 minutes to argue. The floor is yours.
Thank you. This was the clearest case of self-defense that I've ever seen in my life. And I'm 74 years old. I've lived a long time. I've seen a lot of this stuff, you know? When the wolf came down that chimney, what's he doing on the chimney? What's he doing on the roof? When he came down the chimney and fell in a pot of water, I don't care if he was boiling mad. I certainly don't care if he was mad that he was boiling. The only thing I was concerned about was that his fur didn't shrink. The pigs might have wanted to use him for a throw rug later, you know? Sure. The same big bad wolf, as we well know, was under surveillance by the law enforcement for stalking. And we all know that that's bad. He was stalking Little Red Riding Hood for years. And she kept insisting she wanted a deeper relationship. He just wanted to be friends. You know how the wolves are.
I love you.
Are you crazy? The big bad wolf was stalking these pigs, too. And that's certainly against state and federal laws. The courts have ruled that stalking is against the law, as provided in the landmark ruling, 3 Chickens Against Colonel Sanders. What can I say? We all like chickens. This wolf got what it deserved. There was no doorbell on that chimney. Why would there be, though? And I know when he fell into that pot of hot water, he was really angry. In fact, he was steamed. He was huffing and puffing for days, trying to blow down the last of the houses. And he was frustrated. The only thing that he was doing was showing the 3 little pigs that he had really horrible bad breath. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to you again, Miles.
Ah, well argued. Bob, thank you so much. And for those of you watching at home, I can confirm stalking is illegal. It's why my ex-girlfriend doesn't have bushes anymore. So, next, Ty, it's your turn to argue. You have 2 minutes. The floor is yours.
All right. I'm sure you have all read the news about the 3 pigs and the wolf. But the media has been in support of the pigs, and so you may not know that in the end, the pigs actually boiled the wolf and ate him. The argument that the pigs acted in self-defense is ridiculous. It's clear the pigs premeditated the murder of the wolf. The pigs should be prosecuted for this and convicted. This case is similar to the famous case State of Gingerbread versus Hansel and Gretel. In that case, Hansel and Gretel were originally found not guilty of murdering the witch, but on appeal, the Supreme Court held Hansel and Gretel guilty. The Supreme Court applied the ancient law related to fiery cooking devices. Hansel and Gretel were guilty of murder for killing the witch in the stove, and the pig should be found guilty of murder for killing the wolf in the pot. One of the elements of this crime is premeditation. Breaking that word down, you have pre, or in other words, before, and meditation. It is undisputed that the pigs were preparing to meditate on their yoga mats immediately before they killed the wolf. Thus, they should clearly be held liable for premeditated murder of the wolf. The wolf has been receiving bad press in the news, but consider who is making the initial analysis. It is the police officers. It doesn't take much to realize why the police would side with the pigs rather than the wolf. Oh! They, along with the media, are spinning the arguments to favor the pigs by improperly profiling a hairy canine. They have even gone so far as to nickname him the Big Bad Wolf. So remember, when you are deliberating, If my argument clicked, you must convict.
And with a rhyme. And with a rhyme. Well played. Okay. Well argued, attorneys. We appreciate you guys. I'm going to toss it over to the jury now. Let's go ahead. Let's talk it out, man. Blake, what do you think?
The wolf coming to somebody's place unannounced, like irritating relatives, not all about those, 'cause I recently got married and I have plenty of those now. I understand the pigs wanted to kill him.
Okay.
But on the other hand, as Ty was saying, if there's proof
Yeah.
that the pigs were on a mat before they did this, that would be premeditated. He's absolutely right about that. So I'm considering my option on this one. I'll probably go with, I'm on
It's
the fence
hard,
on
right?
This one's tough.
They did such a good job. It's very difficult.
I gotta give it some more thought.
So many things I didn't even know there was premeditated and post-meditated murder. I had no idea. So let's go ahead and kick it over to Kathleen. Kathleen, you heard the same case as us. What do you think?
Well, again, it's high, which is overwhelming. That premeditated is really sticking in my head.
It was really good.
And you have to admit, they did kind of talk about that wolf. Like they said something about him having bad breath. What does that got to do with anything?
Who trying to say about me?
But what really upset me, what really got me, is when Bob talked about those 3 chickens and Colonel Sanders. I'm thinking lunch. We should get some lunch. Can we get some lunch
should
right now?
definitely
I am really hungry.
Real meal for $5. Real meal for $5. Real meal for $5.
Aren't you guys
I
hungry?
ordered something. I think it's
Can
coming.
can I get some
Chicken?
all white chicken? Can I get all white chicken?
Okay, we can see. We can see what's up.
That's what I want.
Ribs?
Well, yeah, a little bacon on that chicken would be great.
It was
That would help me settle this case.
okay.
Chicken with
We'll
bacon.
get food for you, and then I'll ask you again
Right, and a
after the
yoga
break.
mat.
And a yoga mat. Perfect. Derek, what are your thoughts on the case? We're all we don't know yet. What do you think, man?
Listen, let's be honest. A lot of us would climb down a chimney and into a pot of boiling water for some bacon.
True.
I mean, bacon's delicious.
I have.
All right.
Yeah.
So that needs to be taken into consideration here.
Yeah.
But I will say that the wolf has a history. If you go back and you look at some of his old Facebook posts and Instagram posts, even you go back to the stalking incident with Little Red Riding Hood, he was sniffing Little Red Riding Hood, not unlike Joe Biden. So that's something that needs to be taken into consideration as well. So you have a path of bullying here. First off, and then, thirdly, I should say, who lets pigs live in a neighborhood? Where's the HOA?
That's true.
I got a neighbor with a ferret. I want to stick a gun in his mouth.
Yeah.
And that ferret doesn't say a thing. It just annoys me. So, I'm still thinking about this. I'm not sure. But it's, I think premeditated is a bit strong. I think self-defense makes a good case, too. I got to think about it here.
Can you resolve filthy pigs with hogwash?
It could have been anything.
If they're sending bacon whiff all over.
I do like that we need to talk to HOA, the Ham Owners Association. So we're going to get them on the phone. And we'll be right back with the verdict for today and more questionable jokes like that. Don't go anywhere. We're coming back with more opening arguments after this.
Welcome back to Opening Arguments. Videotaped live in the undisputed entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas. Now let's welcome back your host, Miles Weber.
Welcome back. Thank you for not changing that channel. We're back with more opening arguments. We just had Bob and Ty argue on behalf of the 3 little pigs and the big bad wolf. Very captivating argument. Very well argued on both parts. The jurors, before the break, didn't know which side you were kind of riding, so I think we're going to come right in right now, and we're going to go down the line. We're going to see who sides with who. So, Blake, your thoughts. Who you got? Who you got?
After giving a lot of thought, I think I'm going to go with Ty. I'll go with Ty. And I want to know this is something I give a lot of thought to, and I wasn't influenced by anybody. Except for this president, right? Who is this?
That's Jackson, isn't it?
Take
That's a 20. Just to let you all at home know, it only took a 20 to get him to change his mind immediately.
That I'll admit to.
Yeah, so if you need Blake on your side, have a 20 handy. Right on. Okay, so that's, you said you're voting for Ty. Ty, okay. I want to pop over to Derek. Derek, what are your thoughts?
Miles, the big bad wolf is the aggressor in this situation. Think about Bernard Goetz in the subway in New York. Going after the guys who attacked him.
Okay.
Right? Stabbed him, took a bad guy out of the picture. That was self-defense. I'm going with Bob. This is self-defense completely.
You're siding with Bob. This is self-defense now.
Self-defense.
Okay. Man, it's coming down to it. Okay. You can't. I mean, she didn't try to buy you. So I mean, in your defense, it didn't even happen. So we're going to try and find another 20 and see what we could sway this. So, Kathleen, you're going to be the tiebreaker. What do you think?
I only had 120. Well, first of all, there's a dead wolf here. Everybody keeps acting like it's not a big deal, that you're killing a bad guy. The wolf is dead. He's dead. And you know what else? I'm sorry, but Ty's right. Pigs. I go with
Pork bigot. You are
pigs.
pork
They're
bigot.
pigs.
You're a pork bigot.
Oh, goodness. And with that being said, Ty, you are today's winner. Congratulations. Give it up for Ty. Made a very good argument. Bob, it was good, man. I was on your side here, but we sneaked it out with Ty. Maybe if you had a 20, it could have gone your way. We'll see what happens. So thank you very much to the attorneys for joining us, and I do want to thank the comedians, our panel of jurors, for coming in. You guys were absolutely fantastic. Go ahead, let's go down the line. Blake, tell them where everybody at home can find you online, and if you got anything coming up you want to promote.
Unconfirmed breaking news, life through Blake's eyes on weekends, Blake's advice column, which is the worst advice on the entire planet. Unconfirmed breaking news, go check it out.
FunnyDunbar.com. You can hook me up with Instagram and Facebook and my website. I look forward to meeting you all and seeing you all. Come see me laugh.
Come see her live, all that fun stuff, laugh, live, all the L's, every single last one. And then Derek Richards, where can they find you?
DerekRichards.com is my website. Find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Also check out the Irish Comedy Tour on Amazon Prime Video. If you have Prime, it's absolutely free. Please check that out and watch it.
Please do support these comedians, guys. One more time for Blake Grantham, Kathleen Dunbar, and Derek Richards. Keep it going for him. And not to be left out, our attorneys, Bob Jean. Give it up for Bob. Give it up for Ty Kehoe, Lisa Patterson, and Gary Burnett. My name is Miles Weber. We'll be right back with more opening arguments after this.
Welcome back to Opening Arguments, videotaped live in the undisputed entertainment capital of the world, Las Vegas. Now let's welcome back your host, Miles Weber.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you kindly. Thank you all for watching Opening Arguments. My name is Miles Weber. We learned a lot today. I felt like we really learned a lot. We learned a lot about Acme and Wile E. Coyote. So that was a lot of fun. I mean, I've never personally tried to sue IKEA, but if I did, I'd imagine this is exactly how it would go. All those extra moving parts and what have you, and the invisible rope, which I'm pretty sure is in every IKEA package. We also learned about the three little pigs and the big bad wolf, and who knew that pigs were racist? Did you know that? I had no idea pigs were racist. So that's our show. Make sure that you guys come back and watch us next time. We're going to have brand new cases. We're going to have brand new lawyers, brand new bunch of jurors that are going to come in and hear these cases, more funny comedians. And if you guys have a case that you want us to argue on the show, write it into us. Maybe we'll do it on the show, or maybe we won't. That's for us to know and you to find out. And if you thought I was entertaining, I'm at Miles Weber Joker on all social media platforms, and milesweber.com is my website where you can see where I'm going to be performing in a city near you. Thank you very much for joining us, guys. As I said, my name is Miles Weber. Thanks for joining us on Opening Arguments. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
You know, you're listening to Opening Arguments. When they get in a group saying things that they'll prove, and then the judge gets so angry, wants to have them removed. You know, you're listening to Opening Arguments. To the jury, when you see that I am through, trust in every word I said, assume it's all true. To the jury, when you see that I am through, trust in every word I said, assume it's all true. When they speak of their case at a feverish pace, and the jury starts laughing, can I keep a straight face? You know, you're listening to Opening Arguments. They don't care about facts when they make their attacks, and when they're making their statements, telling lies by the pack. No doubt you're listening to opening arguments.